If you hate doing lunges, but you still want to build lean and strong legs, then follow along because this at-home dumbbell mobility and strength workout is going to be perfect for you. I'm gonna walk you through step-by-step how to complete every single one of these exercises, and we're gonna be supersetting these movements together. That means that we're gonna be doing one mobility exercise, and then right after it, doing a strength exercise, and then giving our body some rest. This combination is super fun, and it's going to help your joints feel so strong and good as you're going through this workout. If any of these movements feel challenging, feel free to take a break, add longer rest periods to this workout, or customize it however you need. Maybe you're only able to complete 10 minutes today, and next week you're able to complete 15 minutes of it. All that matters is that you are here and you are showing up and giving this workout your very, very best. I am so proud of you for being here and committing to pressing play and doing this workout with me today. Now let's get moving, girls. Take this time here for the next 60 seconds to grab your weights, get ready to preview these next exercises. Let me walk you through the first mobility movement. We're gonna be doing alternating hamstring sweeps. So you're gonna kick one leg out in front of you, bend at the hips and sweep the floor. Think of sweeping as close to the floor as you can. It's totally fine if your hands do not reach the floor. As you can see, mine are not. After we complete the reps for that, we're gonna grab our dumbbells and complete RDLs. You're holding a dumbbell in each hand and slowly lowering the dumbbell down your thighs and pushing your butt back to the wall behind you. As you can see here, the goal is to try and keep your spine pretty flat. This is called a neutral spine as you are completing this movement. So you don't want to round or arch your back. You want to just try to keep it as straight as you can. For the next exercise, the mobility movement is not going to require any weights. We're going to be doing alternating heel to toe raises. So you're first going to rock back on your heels while maintaining balance and lifting your toes up off the floor as much as you can. Then you are going to rotate forward to your tippy toes and press up through the ball of your foot. This is also a great way to work your calves and really work on your ankle mobility, getting out any little cracks that you might have in your ankle as well. Then we're gonna grab one heavy dumbbell and hold it at our chest. And from here, we're gonna start with our feet close together, then step out to the side and sit down into a squat. Just sit down as deep as you comfortably can. And if you can't sit as deep as I am in the video here, that is totally okay. Just do what feels best and right for your body. For the next mobility movement, we're going to drop down to the floor and have a 90-degree angle at both of our knees. So one knee will be laying flat on the floor and the other knee will be open facing upwards. From here, you can have your hands on the floor to help support you and guide your body over, or you can keep your hands up off the floor, but we're going to be rotating from side to side, dropping our knees down to the floor and really internally and externally rotating our hips. This is going to get our hip joint feeling nice and juicy. Then we're going to place a dumbbell on our hips while we're lying on our back with our feet underneath our knees, and we're going to go into our glute bridges. When you're doing this, I want you to think of your pelvis as a spoon and as if you are scooping the dumbbell up. This mental cue will help to prevent you from overextending your hips forward, and it will help you make sure that your glutes are really squeezed and engaged. For the next movement, we're going to come up to a standing position, and from here we are going to alternate hugging one knee as close as we can to our chest. If you cannot bring your knee up that high, just bring it up as high as you comfortably can. And as you bring your knee up towards your chest, I want you to think of forcefully exhaling. This is going to allow you to get deeper into a stretch while also maintaining balance and keeping your core engaged. We're then going to superset this with a heavy sumo squat. So you're going to hold a dumbbell with both hands in between your legs, and with your feet, make sure you have a really wide stance with your toes pointed slightly outwards. From here, you are going to just practice squatting down as if you are sitting down, getting the dumbbell close to the floor. It can even tap the floor if you want. Then from here, you're going to drive through your legs and your butt to return to that standing position. For the next mobility move, you're going to stand with your feet shoulder width apart, just underneath your shoulders, and you're going to place your hands on your hips. And from here, we are going to alternate rotating our hips counterclockwise and clockwise. I know this might feel kind of funny, but I want you to give me big hip circles. I want you to think of working out any little cracks or pops or any tightness that you feel in your hips. That's what these hip circles are going to help work through. Then we're going to superset this movement with our B stance RDL. RDL stands for Romanian deadlift. So you're going to hold one dumbbell in your right hand with your left foot stationary. Your right foot is going to be kicked back like a kickstand. So I want 80 to 90% of your weight on your front left foot. Then from here, you are going to bend at the hips, lowering the dumbbell down towards your foot. And to stand back up with the dumbbell, I want you to think of using the back of your thighs and your glutes. All right, it's your turn to practice. Let's get those hips moving. Next, we're going to sit on the floor with our hands behind us for some support and our feet flat on the floor. From here, we're going to alternate dropping our knees over to the floor. This is really going to stretch out your outer hip, and it requires a little bit of core strength in order to bring your knees back up to that returning position. Just go as far over as you can. If you have a lot of tension, just do what feels comfortable. Everybody's body is going to move differently and feel differently. Then we're going to lay flat on our back with our feet underneath our knees and press up to our glute bridge position. I really want you to be pressing through your arms here too, so you have a nice stable base. Then we're going to alternate marching one knee up at a time. When you're doing this, I want you to think of pressing through your foot on the floor as much as you can to stabilize and to really keep your hips from shifting. All right, your turn. Let's go.
Surrounded by all those butterflies. Suddenly they flew right in my heart. Must have looked like a living piece of From that moment I knew that it would be you. Yeah, from that moment I knew it could only be you.
All right, you're gonna have 60 seconds to rest, catch your breath, and then we're gonna run through all of the movements that we just did. So you are over halfway done. I want you to finish strong, take some time to collect yourself. Use this water break as a time to shake it out, move your hips around, bring some blood flow back to your muscles. We're gonna finish strong. We got this.
No, I would never be alone. There's nothing